Organic chemistry. Topic name is hyperconjugation, and these are the learning outcomes of today's lecture. So let's start with the topic consequence and applications of hyperconjugation. So in general, as the number of alkyl group attached to the positively charged carbon increases, the stability of carbonium ion increases because of the increase in the number of contributing structure of hyperconjugation. Okay, and these alkyl group should contain hydrogens. So the kind of this kind of hyperconjugation can also be known as isovalent hyperconjugation, where as the number of alkyl group increase the um carbonium ion stability. Okay, so this is called isovalent hyperconjugation, as there is no decrease in the number bonds in the no bond resonance forms. So one thing to be noted in this type of hyperconjugation is that as the increasing order of stability of carbocation can be given as methyl, then primary, then secondary, then tertiary. So you can see this figure. Here the stability of tertiary carbocation is the highest, then secondary, then primary, and at last it is methyl. Okay. Now third consequence or application is that stability of free radical. The stability of free radical is influenced by the hyperconjugation. In case of carbonium ion also we have seen that the same thing, that one of the two sigma electron of the alpha carbon hydrogen bond can be delocalized into the p orbital of carbon containing an odd electron. So due to hyperconjugation, the stability of free radical also increases as the number of free radical increases. Okay. The order for the carbonium ion is similar as it was for the alkyl group system. It is methyl, primary, secondary, and tertiary stability is the highest. Next thing is about dipole moment and bond length. Now the dipole moment of the molecule is very much greatly affected due to the hyperconjugation. Since the contributing structures show considerable polarity, as we have seen that the hydrogen contain positive charge on it, and the carbon, the unsaturated carbon, or we can say the conjugated system, contain the negative charge on it. So hyperconjugations show the polarity in the molecule. So the bond length are also altered due to the change in the bond order during hyperconjugation. The single bond might develop partial double bond character, and the partial bond double character can and the partial double bond can have the single bond character, as we have seen that it keeps on changing in the contributing structures. Example, the experimental dipole moment of nitromethane is higher than the calculated value because of hyperconjugation. Here, the carbon-nitrogen bond length is also less than the expected value because of the same reason, that is hyperconjugation. Here we can see the hyperconjugation effect or the H effect in nitroethane. We can see hydrogen is having positive charge on it and oxygen is having negative charge on it. We can see polarity also. The same explanation can be given to decreasing carbon-carbon bond adjacent to carbon triple bond N in acetonitrile, and also the carbon-carbon bond adjacent to the carbon triple bond carbon in propyne. So we have both the figures. Here we observe that the dipole moment are different from their expected values due to the hyperconjugation. So we can see the hyperconjugation acetonitrile also and the propyne also. So there is always difference between the expected and calculated value of bond length. Fifth application or the consequence of hyperconjugation is related to reactivity and orientation of electrophilic substitution in benzene ring. Okay, so in case of toluene, as we have seen the hyperconjugation structure in toluene, the reactivity of the ring towards the electrophilic substitution increases, and the substitution is directed at ortho and para position to the methyl group. We will see this in the figure. Okay, now this can be explained mainly by hyperconjugative effect. What happens? The methyl group releases electron towards the benzene ring, as we have seen in the figure, and this is partly, okay, partial release of electron due to inductive effect and mainly due to the hyperconjugation. Here you can see in this figure that the methyl group is releasing electron toward the benzene ring partly due to the inductive effect and mainly due to the hyperconjugation. We can also see the no bond resonance form of toluene due to hyperconjugation. So from hyperconjugative structure, it can be seen clearly that the density of electron on the benzene ring is increased at ortho position and the para position. Please see the structure. These positions are attracted, uh, these positions thus attract the electrophiles more than the meta position, and that's why the density is greater here. The inductive effect is comparatively weak effect and hyperconjugation dominates it. Okay, so in the ortho position, please see electron density is more than the meta position, and it's same in para position. So as a proof, consider the substitution, example nitration on the following di-substituted benzene occurs ortho to the methyl group and not ortho to the tert butyl group. The reason for this is, although the tert butyl group has greater inductive effect than methyl, the tert butyl group cannot exhibit hyperconjugation. Okay, that's why we see that the di substitution occurs ortho to the methyl group and not ortho to the tert butyl group. Also note that the tert butyl group is very bulky and hinders the approach of electrophile. So this is also one reason for the following case. Now next is anomeric effect. So what happens? The overall tendency of anomeric substituents to favor an axial position is called anomeric effect, which is happening in this figure. Please see the anomeric substituents are favoring the axial position. For example, in the alpha methyl glucoside, the alpha methyl glucoside is more stable than the beta methyl glucoside due to the hyperconjugation. You can see the figure. The non-bonding HOMO with a pair of electron on the ring of alpha methyl glucoside oxygen is anti-periplanar to the anti-bonding LUMO of carbon oxygen bond in the methoxy group. You can have a look on the figure. This arrangement of orbital allow hyperconjugation between them and thus stabilize the alpha form. That's why we see that alpha methyl glucoside is more stable than beta one. So whereas in beta methyl glucoside, the methoxy group is at equatorial position and it cannot be involved in hyperconjugation since it is not anti-periplanar to the lone pair of ring oxygen. So therefore, beta 1, the beta methyl glucoside is less stable than the methyl glucoside. Okay. Now for alpha haloalkene, the delocalization of electron takes place towards the halogen group through hyperconjugative mechanism because the electron withdrawing nature of halogen. It is known as the reverse hyperconjugation. The dipole moment of alpha haloalkenes are remarkably increased because of this reverse hyperconjugation. We can have a look on this figure. The bond between carbon and chlorine is breaking and the double bond is shifted towards the other carbon. Okay, so that's why we have seen the delocalization of electron are taking place towards the halogen group. Okay, because of the electron withdrawing nature of the chlorine. So let's talk about the objective questions related to this topic. First is on increasing the number of alpha hydrogen, the number of hyperconjugation structure will dash. So obviously they will increase. Second question is hyperconjugation involves delocalization of dash. The answer will be sigma bond orbital. There is always delocalization of sigma bond orbital. So that's all for this lecture. We have covered all the topic.